Chiefs Kingdom. Well, the Kingdom's been slacking a little bit lately. I cannot lie. You look at our AFC West channels here at Chat Sports. Over the last 28 days, Raiders report, 539 new subscribers. Okay. Broncos breakdown, 222 new subscribers. The Chiefs report, less than 200. I don't know. The bosses came in and were like, Chiefs report on the hot seat. May have to change this to a Chargers channel. Might be some sarcasm there. But the point being is, let's close the gap. Let's at least pass the Broncos channel. I mean, for Christ's sake, that can't happen. YouTube.com/ChiefsTV. If you want daily Chiefs videos, hit that subscribe button. Make it a competition. Let's run away in the AFC West. Today's Chiefs Report is presented by Aura, an all-in-one digital safety tool that's going to protect you online. Financial fraud protection, identity theft, and a whole bunch of other stuff as well. Get a 14-day free trial today. Aura.com/chatsports. That link in the comments and in the description. All right, OTAs is in the book, so on today's show, we'll take a look at some winners and losers from the voluntary practice sessions, which wrapped up on Friday. Of course, mandatory minicamp gets going this week, June 14th through the 16th, and then, the real big practice stuff, training camp, will start sometime in late July. No dates officially announced. Usually it's that, early, July 20th through 25th, somewhere in there, should get started, and then run into August, and then, hey, the preseason's here, and football is back. All right, let's get to some winners and losers from OTAs. We'll start with some winners, because it's positivity here on a Sunday. Marquez Valdes-Scantling might be the biggest winner. You're hearing the most at the wide receiver position around MVS and how he's building that chemistry with Patrick Mahomes. That's been reported pretty consistently over the past couple of weeks. He's making some big plays. Andy Reid spoken highly about him, talked recently about, he's got great size at 6'4", 205, but he's also very agile, can change directions. He's got great speed, which we knew about the speed, but when you can change directions like that at that size, that's a positive sign, hearing great things about him. I'll be honest, and look, until games happen, none of this really matters that much, but I'll be honest, I thought they overpaid for him, and until he proves otherwise on Sundays, I'll still continue to think that, but a lot of buzz around him. I think he's ready to go. Excited to see what he can do in this offense. How about Josh Gordon? So, not a lot of buzz around Gordon through the first couple of weeks in OTAs, but this past week, he drew a lot of praise. Andy Reid said he had a great week of practice and had a great practice specifically on Thursday. Had a 50-yard touchdown catch in that practice. And look, that's good to see. I said it at the end of last season. I hope the Chiefs bring Gordon back and see what he can do with a full offseason. So far, so good. It's going to be competitive at this wide receiver position. I think we all know that. But Josh Gordon is certainly at least showing us that he's ready to compete, he's ready to fight, and prove that he deserves to be on this 53-man roster, because at the end of the day, that's what he's playing for at this point. And it's not a guarantee that he will be on the Chiefs' 53-man roster. I continue to say, take the wide receiver 1, 2, 3, 4 thing, grain of salt. I don't think anyone has run away with the top wide receiver job or anything like that. It's, it's just I had to put someone in there, so that's how I did it. But Gordon's going to have to continue to do good things in practice. So far, at least this past week, he was able to do just that. Now I want to know from you guys, who is going to be the Chiefs' #1 wide receiver this year? Obviously, we all expect Travis Kelce to be the top guy in terms of targets, receptions, all that. That's not what I'm talking about. At the receiver position, who is going to be that top guy for Patrick Mahomes? If you had to predict it, let me know down in the comments section. Let's go to Orlando Brown Jr. next, and he's a winner during OTAs. Not really for anything on the field, because offensive linemen during OTAs, they don't do much, right? But he's a winner because he's about to get paid. We've talked about this on numerous videos, how he's hired an agent, and now the Michael Portner, his agent, and the Chiefs are ongoing with negotiations. Orlando Brown, he even talked about this. He was like, what are the Chiefs going to do, enter the season without a left tackle? No, he's got the leverage. He knows he's got power, and he knows he's about to get paid. We've outlined that very clearly on several videos. Go check it out in the videos tab, youtube.com/ChiefsTV. Because what? If he's not a part of this team, who's going to play left tackle? I mean, you don't really have a legitimate option. So he's a winner because he's about to make over $100 million, and that's going to make him a very happy man. Now, if you want to be happy and be protected online, more importantly, get going with Aura. Aura.com/chatsports for a 14-day free trial. They offer tons of online and security protection, financial fraud protection. I do all my banking online, and quite frankly, I got tired of having to check my account every day because I had an issue a couple of years ago where I had a card hacked and all these charges started popping up, and I'm having to deal with the bank. Now with Aura, they kind of monitor it for me, and they'll send me real-time alerts if there's any suspicious activity going on. Identity theft protection, it's been a major issue. Millions and millions of people have their ID stolen every single year. Aura's going to monitor that and make sure you're protected on that front. Overall online security, what does that mean? Social media accounts, email passwords, passwords to other providers, your Prime Video, Netflix, all that stuff. They're going to be able to monitor that, keep you safe when you're doing online banking. For years, I was scared to save my credit card on my phone because I was like, someone's going to steal that info. Not anymore. Not with Aura. I feel completely safe and secure online. They've got family plans as well. And let's be honest, grandma, grandpa, they don't know what they're doing in terms of protecting themselves online. And that's okay. Different generation. Aura's here to protect them as well. Family plans up to 5 people. Aura.com/chatsports. 14-day free trial. We all do more online than ever before, so protect yourselves today. Aura.com/chatsports. Link in the comments and in the description. All right, with winners in life, there are some losers. Shane Buechele, who I talked about recently, I would like for him to be this team's backup quarterback, but he's got to be more consistent. Threw 2 interceptions on Thursday. That's not ideal. He really needs to shine because Kansas City re-signed Chad Henne. He's got $2 million in guaranteed money. If they cut Henne, it's no harm against him. He's still getting his money. So Shane Buechele, if he's going to be QB2, is going to have to show a lot. He's got to be more consistent moving forward. He's got the arm talent. He can make the throws, but the decision-making continues to be spotty, so he's going to have to improve there. Now, the Chiefs might carry 3 quarterbacks and continue to let Shane develop, and that's perfectly fine, but if he wants to be secure on this football team, he's got to find a way to beat out Chad Henne. And right now, if the season started today, I would say he's QB3. He's not going to overtake Henne's spot. Now, will Shane Buechele make the 53-man roster in Kansas City? That's the real question. Type Y for yes, type in for no. He's going to be right there on the bubble. Didn't make it out of camp last year, but got elevated later in the season because the Cardinals tried to poach him. So maybe the Chiefs carry 3, and maybe he beats out Chad Henne. Get your votes in, Y for yes, or you can type in for no. Next up is Frank Clark, who did not attend Chiefs OTAs. And look, when vets don't show up, I normally don't think it's a big deal. And I'm not even saying it's a big deal with Frank Clark. Here's what bothers me, though. Frank Clark, his production continues to diminish. He had the off-field issue last year where he's got a Uzi out in California. He's doing all this stuff, and he's not producing at a high level. The Chiefs easily could have cut him. They restructure him, keep him around. He skips OTAs, and I get Chiefs defensive lineman coach Joe calling, it's not a big deal. We're talking to him. Chris Jones, who's also not at OTAs, which, hey, Chris Jones is consistent year in and year out. Frank Clark has not been. I'm not saying he has to be there. I'm just saying he needs to produce. The Chiefs need him to produce this year, and I don't love the fact that he never goes above and beyond. He doesn't go to the these voluntary workouts, and I think he should be there. That's just my opinion. I look at this edge spot, and every time I look at it, I'm like, I don't have a ton of confidence whatsoever. And the reason why is Frank Clark's paid to be that top dog off the edge, and look at the numbers. They diminish every year. 8 sacks his first year, 6 last year, or 2 years ago, 4.5 a year ago. It's just, it's not good enough for the type of money he's making, even on a restructured contract. Again, it's not a huge deal, but this is a guy you need to produce. I mean, the second you decide to keep him, you need him to give you 6, 7, 8, hopefully more sacks if possible. That's what they paid for him to do when they traded for him, but it really has never happened. If it wasn't for that Super Bowl run where he was fantastic in the playoffs, his time in Kansas City would be a failure. I don't think there's any doubt about that whatsoever. All right, one more loser, Juju Smith-Schuster, and I'll be honest, I'm reaching a little bit here, but we've heard very little about Juju. We've heard a ton about MVS. We've heard about Josh Gordon. We've heard about Justin Watson of all people, even a little bit about Sky Moore. We've heard very little about Juju Smith-Schuster, who, look, he's done good things in his career, but let's be honest. He's coming off a year in which he was hurt a lot and did pretty much nothing when he did play. Averaged 3 catches and about, quick math, 130 divided by 5. That's about 30 yards a game, not even. I mean, he's going to have to prove himself. Now, obviously, he's going to make this roster, but, at the same time, he's, a guy that you're thinking, okay, can be a number 1, 2, or 3 at the worst, and I haven't heard much of anything about Juju Smith-Schuster. So we'll see how this unfolds. Mandatory minicamp, we should see more about. We should get more information because media access should be available for all 3 days. But it's been quiet on the Juju front from a media standpoint, and Andy Reid hasn't really pointed him out much either, which, maybe it means nothing, but maybe it means something as well. Who's ready for mandatory minicamp? I am, because that's the next step in this offseason, one step closer to the real deal. Type me if you're excited for Chiefs minicamp down in the comments section. All right, that's going to do it for today's Chiefs Report. Some winners and losers from OTAs. Appreciate you guys for tuning in to today's show and for tuning in to all of our videos. If you want more Kansas City Chiefs news and rumors content, hit that subscribe button. We'll be live tomorrow for our Monday live show, 4 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Central Time, so subscribe. Join us then. I'm Harrison Graham. So long. We will see you very, very soon here on the Kansas City Chiefs Report. You can also follow me on social media. It's at HGrahamNFL on Twitter, at HGrahamNFL on Instagram. We'll see you guys very soon here on the Chiefs Report.